in YouTube. Okay, I think we are on YouTube as well. Haha, YouTube, hello. Hi, Telhado. Wait, am I actually on? Now I am on. The music is great, not interfering at all. Oh, thanks. I do like this music. Okay, now we are on. Hi, Telhado. Welcome. Telhado, just a shout out, but shout out? Yeah, just to say, it works. It does work. hello, guys. So, Telhado, just to mention a quick few things. This live stream is going to be on English because I recently joined VTuber. So to make content for the Brazilian community as well as the internet. Can I say international? I'm gonna say international. As well as the international community, I'm doing this in English. Just a heads up. I already made the... I should have made the disclaimer in YouTube as well, shouldn't I? Okay, so a disclaimer also in YouTube. This live stream, this VOD, is going to be edited later and subtitled in Brazilian Portuguese as well. Okay. That I have said everything that I wanted it to. And I have the 2 chats and everything. Okay, so we can begin. Please don't forget about us. Oh, come on. I would never do that. Okay, let me get my other things. Okay, so to whoever doesn't know me, hi, nice to meet you. I'm Doctor Ekelus, the first Brazilian Scientist VTuber. And today we are gonna talk about vitamins. Look at that. Okay, so first and foremost, what is it? What is a vitamin, right? So vitamins are organic molecules that participate in some essential biological processes, acting as precursors to cofactors required for metabolism, cellular function, growth, and they are needed to maintenance of health. I love vitamins. Well, I don't really love to get my vitamins, but, well, it is healthy, right? So, when I say they are essentials, what do I mean by that? What is considered essential, right? So, essential in human health normally indicates that there is something that your body is not capable to synthesize alone. And thus, you need to get it from other sources. In the case of vitamins, most are from the food we eat, our diet. So here we have some vitamins, some examples of vitamins. We have vitamin E, and vitamin E has many types of vitamins E. We have vitamin A, vitamin D, vitamin K. And I've separated them in a kind of way that I'm gonna explain a bit later. But these vitamins here, they are fat soluble. I'm gonna change a bit in the music. Yeah. Please. There we go, that's a better music. Micronutrients, that's vitamins, that's amino acids, and nothing. Okay, yeah, sure. Okay, so other essential vitamins. Those are the B vitamin, the B complex vitamins, and also this right here is vitamin C. Oh, let me take this vitamin B and place it over here. It is a kind of a mess because there are many vitamins. So those here are the water-soluble vitamins. So we have the B complex vitamins and vitamin C. So what does it matter to be fat-soluble or water-soluble? So it matters on how you get them, on how they are stored in your body. So the fat-soluble vitamins, A, D, E, K, they are stored in the liver, in the fat tissue, on muscles, and then the water-soluble ones. Whenever you have an excess of them, they don't get stored anywhere. Apart from B12, the B12s can be stored in the liver as well. But most of them, they leave the body through urine, so they don't get stored anywhere. and then they have to be consumed on a regular basis. Okay, but why does the vitamins matter, right? I talked about the cofactors, right? So to understand a bit of cofactors, we need to also understand a bit of enzymes. So I'm gonna explain it briefly. Also gonna change the music. I don't like the ominous music right now. Let me interact with it. Let's see, this music's better. Okay, this music is better. So, what is an enzyme? The enzyme is a protein that controls and takes part on some biological reactions. So, specific enzymes have specific substrate bindings, though that's not really a perfect rule. There is a thing called enzyme promiscuity. I recommend a read on that because I found it quite funny term, but okay. So, to make an example, here we have an enzyme, we have the active site, and we have the substrate. So the substrate is bonded. There are two molecules bonded, and they interact with the enzyme. The science names. Oh, I remember there is a fun fact. There is a protein that is for, I believe, the color of the eyes, if I'm not mistaken, that is called Sonic the Hedgehog, or it's called after the Sonic character. Okay, so then you have the enzyme and the substrate. They bind themselves, and then they have a reaction where this enzyme is gonna cut this bond right here, and thus separating the substrate into two different substrates. In this case, it is separating this this sucrose into glucose and fructose. And then the products are released and the enzyme is ready to make another binding. Okay, but what about the cofactors that I mentioned about? So, thanks for migration of ice in the head, mutations, spaghetti, space, or even cyclops. Oh, nice! Biological catalysis, yes! Let's go. Okay, so some proteins, some enzymes, they need something else for their reactions. One of such, cofactors. So cofactors are non-protein components required for some enzymes activity, and some vitamins are important because of those cofactors. So right here you have the substrates and you have the cofactor. For this enzyme to take those two substrates and then make another different product, it needs a cofactor for this. So the cofactor enter, the substrates bind, and then the enzyme can synthesize another product. Yes, and this happens to many enzymes. No enzymes can synthesize, that's cool. How enzymes synthesize? Oh yeah, it's really cool. I can make a live stream probably talking about it more in the future. Sure. I do love these processes in biology. It's a bit more biochemical than explicitly biology, but I like it. Okay, so this is interesting. For example, the B5 that we have seen is going to be an important part to processing CoA, which is a coenzyme. And I found this website here that is really interesting. Oh, go! We have another go. Let's hope this one they don't take away. Okay, so I found this website called ReactMe. I'm gonna show it a bit. And I found it's really interesting. It is a map of biological pathways. Let me get to show it. And see if it's going to show. It is going to show. Okay. I did show this. So this right here is a very interesting website. I'm gonna link the website as well. Sure. Let me do that. It's a very interesting website where you can see pathways of biological processes. And for example, we have the metabolism of vitamins and cofactors. So this right here, when you click on this side, those are the water-soluble vitamins. So when we get a little bit deeper, wait, no, it's over here, and then yeah, we're gonna take a bit because there are many things happening right in this site. So there we go. We have the pathways and metabolism of many different vitamins, but I want to focus on this one. It's vitamin B5. So vitamin B5 is pantotenate. Pantotenate. Kind of difficult for me to say the names in English, but okay, I'm not used to it. Gotta used to it eventually. Okay, so this right here is the vitamin B5, and then it goes to many processes, many different biological processes, to then become this right here, DPCOA. And this COA is the cofactor I was talking about. It's cofactor A. This cofactor A takes part in many different biological processes as well. So you have this here, and it goes right over here in the cell. And then I'm gonna talk about this right here. So let me take this out. Go back to my slides. So why are those things that I'm talking about important? What does COA does? Apart of it being a cofactor. We have the Krebs cycle. Yay! This is fun, isn't it? Look at all of this. This is fun, right? Well, don't fret. It can get a lot worse. When you, for example, you take the metabolic pathways of the human body. Look at this. How fun is that? And to think about that in biology, when you are in biology graduation. Such fun, yay! When you are in biology, you have to almost kind of decorate this, but everyone decorates it and then forgets about it. But this is a really good map. It shows everything, every single thing that's happening in the human body. Every process. I mean, not even aspermetro is that complicated. Indeed. I would say that I don't think that maybe Japan train line is as complicated as this. This is too much. Yes, diabolic pathways, indeed. Okay, so now that I have scared you, what does the Krebs cycle do? Why do we study the Krebs cycle? So the main focus of the Krebs cycles is to take this acetyl-CoA, and here we have the CoA, the cofactor. Quite big, no? Quite big. And here you have the acetyl-CoA, the cofactor A. And using some reactions, we take this and we make energy from it. So we have the process for acetyl-CoA, the CoA gets out and it becomes citrate, and then citrate interacts with NAD, and NAD then leaves as NDH and CO2. And then you lose another carbon with another NADH, and you make another NDH. Well, you have another interaction with NAD, and you leave another NDH. Yes. And then you have GDP, which becomes GTP. GTP is very similar to ATP. It's the same kind of deal, because ATP you have adenosine triphosphate. On GTP you have guanine triphosphate. If I don't mispronounce the names, but okay. Yes. And the focus of this, the cycle Krebs, is basically to make energy. So in all of this reaction, this cycle, you have the yield of 1 GTP, basically ATP, 3 NADH, and 1 FADH2. So why are those two important? NDH, and FADH2. Those two are electron carriers. They help convert nutrients into ATP as well. So this is basically all for energy. This is how you get energy. So yes, vitamins in some sort of way, they help you gain energy because of all this. Apart from having another beneficial effect. So, but anyways. So, again, talking about the vitamins on the cycle. This is just some examples. There are more vitamins involved. But for example, we have the B3. B3 makes a precursor to NAD. B5, we've seen it, precursor to CoA. And B2, precursor to FAD. Yes. And then, yes. The important thing is to mention that there are other vitamins. It's not only those vitamins that interact with the Krebs cycle. There are other vitamins interacting with this, but just to make an example, right? Just make it simple for my sake. And I am not going to talk about every vitamin. I can do it in a next live stream maybe, but it's too much things to cover in one live stream, I think, in one video. So yeah. How many B vitamins do we need? Oh, that's good. That's good. That's the next topic. So toxicity. There is such a thing as the dose makes a poison, right? So this is just to show that some vitamin intake can be toxic. And while I'm not a medical doctor, I'm a biologist. I can't give any personal medical advice, but I can recommend to taking the time to have regular checkups so often. So this is an article from 2003. It's an old article. Let me get a little closer. So, too much of a good thing. Toxic effects of vitamin and mineral supplements. So there is such a thing as how much can you take from vitamins. Again, this is an old article, so this can be a little bit not up to date, but anyways. A boy ate 150 vitamin gummies for breakfast. This is what happened to these bones. Oh god. I can only wonder. Let me see if they talk about it. What is vitamin? Vitamin gummies. Do we know what vitamins I took? That's unbearable. All the jokes. So over here we have the vitamin A, the common. We have the vitamins, the food sources, the recommended intake, and the potential toxic effects. So vitamin A, we have hepatotoxic effects, visual changes, hair and skin changes, teratogenic effects. Let me see, what else? Potential risk of hip fracture. Unlimited B12 equals unlimited sushi. Yes, there is something such as beta-carotene, which is provitamin A, where it has a recommended intake for adults. It's not applicable. I don't exactly know why it is non-applicable, but the toxic effect of it is the risk of lung cancer among smokers and people with asbestos. Asbestos. Okay. Yellowing of skin, diarrhea, and arthralgias. Okay. Yes. So this is just to make an example of things that can go bad. So take your vitamins, but don't take too much. And if you feel like you are taking too much, meet a doctor. Go talk to a doctor. That's the best case scenario. Okay, let me see how we are. Okay. Yep, that's pretty much it. Oh, it was a bit shorter than I anticipated, but okay. So yeah, that's it. Again, if you guys have any questions, I'm open to questions now. I do believe we had some previous questions. I'm gonna look at it. But if you guys want it, I can also make following live streams discussing a bit more about vitamins and also the more of the human metabolic map, even though it's a freak show. Are natural food sources better than supplement pills? Good question. So, what do you have with supplement pills? Wait a second. Oh, I have already postponed that. But okay. So, you have a thing. The most natural form of those vitamins is via food sources. When you take pills, the pills was very soluble. How's it stored in fat tissue? Yes, so there's a thing. Wait, let me answer one question first. Okay. So, the supplement pills you take, they are synthetic. They get them from those food sources, and they condense it in pills, so you have a more concentrated. So it is better to eat the food, because when you are eating the food, when you are eating, for example, an oily fish, you are getting vitamin A, but you are also getting many other vitamins and proteins that your body needs. So it is always better if you had to have a source for vitamins, prefer the food sources. The supplementation is more if like you're not taking enough of it and you need a quick source of it, or you are allergic to something and then you need to take the vitamin itself. You said B12 was water soluble, so how is it installed in fatty tissue? That's a very good thing. I wish I had a histological cut of liver. But yeah. So B12 is the only one that is stored in the liver, right? So pretty much I don't exactly know. That's the thing. I haven't really searched too much about it. But probably if I would have to take a guess, I would believe it's because of the chemical structure. When you see all the vitamins B, they are more simple in terms of the chains, in terms of the chemical structure. But B12 is another thing. Let me take this B12 and put it in a blink flick. There you go. So look at this. Look at what immense kind of thing you have. So there are many chains, many things interacting. So probably those interactions also interact a little bit with fat, with fat tissue, and thus they are stored in the liver. Yes, if I had to guess, that would be my guess. But it is an interesting question. I will take a look on that. Okay. Let me get a little slide. Okay. So I'm pretty much done with the presentation. But before I end the stream on YouTube, thank you very much for. Wait, let me take this. Thank you very much. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like and share it as well. It really helps the channel to continue to produce scientific content. And it was a pleasure sharing this knowledge with all of you. Scientific hugs from Doctor, and I'll see you in the next time. Hey. Now let me check out how we are in YouTube. Representation, thank you. Yes. Then I'm gonna also end it here. Okay.